It's Bill from Melbourne City Maintenance, and one of the services that we offer is weatherboard installation, repairs and replacement. And in this job, we're going to take you through just the repair of the weatherboards on this part of the house. The customer has supplied the weatherboards and they have asked us to come and change the weatherboard. So we're supplying the nails and the labor and our tools. And there isn't a lot of rot here, but you can see on the very right hand side of the weatherboard against where the weatherboard stops, you can see there's some rot and some cracking in a few of the weatherboards. It's very minor, but on the bottom weatherboard there is quite a number of areas where the rot has completely damaged the weatherboard and it's unsightly. As well as that, the rot is going to continue to occur and it may eventually impact the weatherboard above it. Now, there's no real science in removing the weatherboards, except in this case we wanted to make sure that we saved the weatherboards because they were going to be reused elsewhere on the house by the owner. So we wanted to make sure that they came off in as good condition as possible, so that we could trim off the rotten sections and then recycle them. And here I've taken the weatherboards off, and now I'm just going about removing the nails that are protruding and are going to get in the way of us installing the new weatherboard. And also I'm denailing the old weatherboard so that once it's time to use it, it's ready to go. Now, it's ideal to have two people helping to put a weatherboard in of this length, but this job is too small to have two people there, so I did it myself. It's a bit tricky. You can get it in there with a little bit of time and patience, and once in, if it's cut to the right length, it should stay up pretty much on its own until you nail it into place. Off camera, I measured, cut, tried to install, realized I'd cut it too long, measured it again, and then trimmed it to the right size, and then it was a perfect fit. Now I'm just nailing in the weatherboard at the top and the bottom of the board, making sure that the overlap is also nailed in so that there isn't an opportunity for any of the boards to move after they are painted. And it's the last two boards we're going to change now. The very bottom one has got a lot of rot. It's quite damaged, very, very soft. It's probably allowing water to get into the frame, and that's not ideal. The second last board is damaged on the right hand side. There's a crack starting to form, and that's also allowing water to penetrate. So water is the enemy of a weatherboard home, and paint is supposed to stop the water from penetrating. And you can see by the condition and the color of the old boards, it's been quite a while since the house was painted, and the fact that the paint is in bad condition means that water penetrates a lot easier as the weatherboards are not sealed, and what that does is cause rot to start to occur, and then it becomes really expensive to replace the rotten weatherboards as opposed to just preparing and painting the house. So it's a good idea to be on top of the painting aspect of a weatherboard home, and that will save you money in the long run. Now, we did this every day in all the suburbs around Melbourne where there's weatherboard homes. A lot of our work is done in the north, and we might do up to 20 or 30 homes a year. We've been doing this type of work since 2005, and as part of our services, we also take the timber away with us. We take any rubbish away with us. We will supply the weatherboards and all the materials and all the labor to get the job done, and we'll also paint the house. So we have a crew that works simultaneously who will come in and prepare your home for painting while all the weatherboards are getting replaced. And that's great because you don't have to rely on another tradie to come on site. So we just handle the whole job from beginning to end. And now the bottom board has gone on. You can see the massive difference between the bottom board, the new one and the old one. The new one is in pristine condition and the old one was quite severely rotten. And now here I'm just making sure that the gaps are good so that I can get the new board in nice and easily. Put a little nail on the right hand side of the board to help hold up the weatherboard that I'm putting in now. But that's just not going to work. There's a little bit too tight of a gap there. So I've removed it. I'm going to temporarily nail it into the left side of the board, which will be my other pair of hands. And now I'll put it into position and make sure everything is aligned and in the correct place. Once all the boards are on, the last step is to fill the nail holes. And once the nail holes are filled, the board would get sanded, and off camera I sanded it and prepared it with gap filler so that there was no areas that the water could enter on the vertical sections of the wall at the ends of each weatherboard, and handed it over to the client so that they can complete the painting, as my task on this job was literally to turn up and supply the weatherboards, remove the rotten weatherboards, and then to take the paint off site. If you are a homeowner with a weatherboard home that needs a little bit of love, has some rotten weatherboards, needs a coat of paint, you can call Bill from Melbourne City Maintenance on 0403 162 374 anytime. I will come out, have a look and give you a written estimate. We are very proud of our 5-star Google rating. You can visit the website to see all the different jobs that we've done, melbournecitymaintenance.com.au. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave any comments below. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Give me a call, check out the website, check out our Google reviews. Thanks so much.